Yes, people, welcome to Never a Foul Soccer Brunch. You know what time it is. Smash a like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. It's international break, but we've got to keep the vibes going and flowing. I'm here, obviously, with Daps and Cass every single time. So make sure you get your questions in as well. Lock in. And Daps?
I was just going to say, first and foremost, condolences to everyone in Morocco. And I hope that everything gets sorted there. There's an earthquake there, bro. 630 died already. So thoughts out to all the families. Yeah. So I thought so with everyone in Morocco. Hold tight, Yosef. Hope all your people are good.
Bro, I didn't even should have been. Sorry, apologize. I wouldn't start.
No.
Yeah, I didn't have a clue.
It's overnight, I believe.
Oh, so sorry to hear.
And what else? It's international break, and I know all of you lot are bored because we are so bored. I'm not gonna lie. Try running a YouTube channel during international break. Yeah,
it's dead.
It is hard to come up with stories.
Yeah,
it is hard to come up with debate shows.
And you don't want to gas too much gas.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You don't want to gas too much gas.
And just quickly today. So today's show.
Thank you
very much, waitress. Today's show. You are today. Anyone needs a waitress? I'll sort out a good price. A runner. But listen, today's show, people, is brought to you by King Kong Brownies, yeah? The link is in the description, or if it isn't, it will be. Check it out on Instagram, King Kong Brownies. You send them any 2 chocolate bars, and they will turn it into a brownie. And we were having this, in fact, and this is a good one for everyone in the comments.
What chocolate bars?
What chocolate bars?
Can you give them a tease? If you
open well, we could eat some. But this one, I went for Kinder Bueno and Smarties.
There we go.
Hold on. Let me get close. Which camera's best to get close?
Slap on there.
Ladies and gentlemen, some King Kong Brownies. Yeah.
Oh. Hey. But.
Come on.
It's a great box. Sorry, great wrist as well. And
it's because you put it in the fridge.
I'll put it in the fridge because it's pretty damn hot. But check out that.
Whoa. Yeah.
So you can have this one. We can go on someone else while I dish out.
Yeah, love
that. You put the camera on someone else while I dish this out, please.
Please make sure you go and check out the link in the description down below. King Kong Brownies. Thank you also for sending them as well. Really appreciate that. We'll leave you a little bit of feedback as well. They're already 10 out of 10 by the way they look, so that's perfect. And then guys, also if you want to get involved as well, make sure you hit us up if you want us to promote or get any of your products on the screen as well. Of course, we can do that. It's never a foul. Make sure you like and subscribe. And let's get into it, people, man. International break.
One second.
Oh, she's trying it live on camera.
Do this. No, she's not. Do you want to try it firstly? You can try it first and tell me what you think. The brownie. That's what you're here for.
Yeah, we're using it as a tester.
What do you think of it?
Yeah.
Nice, yeah. And what should people do?
Like and subscribe.
Whereabouts?
Down below.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Salute.
What she wanted was the brownie.
All she wanted was the brownie, yeah.
Bye. Bye.
Be good. If you can't be good, be careful.
I've been more entertained in 4 minutes than I have the whole international break, to be honest.
I hate this international break with a passion, man.
I know.
And then I looked at it, and again, it's like I do this every year, like I don't know, but every 6 weeks, international break.
You know what? No. Get one more in October, then it's done till March.
No, I think there's another one in December, bro.
Oh.
Because if you deep it, the Euros is next.
It's never normally one in December.
But bro,
I think so.
The Euros are next summer.
Yeah.
And probably because of the World Cup, that probably threw out the Euros, and therefore, I can't stand it, man. But the thing is, it is every season after the transfer window, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I think England. So what? England have got Ukraine today.
Oh my word!
What?
There's one in October the 14th and November the 18th.
There's one in November. Oh, dead.
That is, so, I told you, every 6 weeks or 4 weeks.
Yeah, so then that'll be done. Sorry, November. Then it'll be done till March. Then, or that'll be that'll be it. Okay, that's not. Well, we've got to work through it, I suppose. But yeah, England. To be fair, we'll just quickly touch on England today because England obviously playing Ukraine today, people. They should be obviously the thing is in me, right? I'll be real with you. I haven't watched the international friendly or qualifier for so long. I just watched the World Cup and I watched the Euros. I put my time elsewhere when England are playing in these like warm-up games or qualifiers. But obviously this morning is the best proper sweet.
No, bare chocolate. It's,
Banging.
it's diabetes in a little, you know what I mean?
But Maguire and Henderson, I'll be real with you. I've got to say it straight away. I don't know how they're starting still. And I don't know how Southgate's got them in their plans. And I don't know how he thinks England are going to win a Euros with these two in the team. It just doesn't make sense. I'm done with like.
And Maguire's going to start, right?
Yep.
Do you know what? It's one of them ones where we know Southgate is a. If you haven't let me down, I'm going to keep playing you. Yeah, I kind of get
let
it.
the fans down.
But the truth is, Maguire has not been playing. Like, I get it. There's some, and I was listening to Talk Sport last night, and they actually broke it down really well. That when an international manager picks someone, there's multiple things you will look at. One of them is, have you let me down, right? But then, more importantly, are you match fit, right? Have you been performing at a high level? Where is your morale, right? All of that, yeah. And I'm sorry, but just because you haven't let Gareth down, doesn't mean that you're entitled. Like, he's got no match fitness. Right? If we go by what we saw him last week against Arsenal.
It's form as well. Like, even if he's not actually got the fitness or the form. So what are you picking?
All he has is he hasn't let Gareth down.
Yeah,
right?
literally.
That's all he has. And when you're looking at, all right, cool, but let's look at your most recent game last week against Arsenal, right? And you came on as a sub because players are injured. That's the only way you're even getting in his team. And you think that this is, I'm sorry, we're playing Ukraine, and who's our other game against?
Oh, no, because I don't care.
Right.
Yeah, but ultimately, this is Euro qualifiers. This is his time to try out players and get players ready for next summer. Is Harry Maguire really the player that we want to go in? Or do we want to give one of the youngers a chance and form a new... I mean, I guess the fact that Stones is injured probably doesn't help.
Tomori wasn't picked, obviously. He's been decent for AC Milan. I know Colville's been selected in the squad. Dunk's in the squad. John Stones isn't because he's injured.
Yeah.
So, but still, like Colville, Tomori could have got a chance there. Dunk could play. I'm not going to lie. Dunk's better than Maguire in terms of form right now. I'm playing regular minutes. Simple as that.
Calvin Phillips is in the squad, bro.
Yeah, another one. Like, Calvin Phillips in the squad. I think Southgate said, there's no one else that can really play that role in England at the moment, which we are starving. We don't have enough youngers coming through that can play.
Don't have enough on that role. I mean, there's Declan Rice, who's the obvious DM.
I know, but me and you don't even like him in that role.
This is what anyways, and then I'll be picking Ollie Skip, but that is what it is.
But this is right in England, let's be real. We rate ourselves as one of the top like ballers, top countries like for football, and we've got Oliver Skip. We're naming as the second best DM in the country. Like, sorry, dead.
Don't worry, Kobe Mino's coming.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
It should be
real talk. Dead food, isn't it? When you think about it,
it's London and Man, has to be Rice.
Rice easy.
Yeah, it has to be Rice, and then you play Bellingham, and then one of who we're going to talk about later. Oh, yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, Bellingham and Rice cooks. But the drop off is mad. If we're talking so on our shows we've been talking on, we talk about say Tottenham's best 11, but then the drop off. We talk about drop offs. If you look at England's best 11, but then the drop off. The drop off is mad.
It's not. Yeah, I feel like we've got a lot of depth in the same areas. Like the wingers, we're loaded with the Saka, Rashford, Grealish. But when you go to like DM, just like we said, we're going from Rice to Phillips to Skip, dead. Like we've got depth in the wrong.
A good thing Declan Rice don't get injured, then, man.
Yeah, like could you imagine though?
Yeah,
like, could you imagine
when you deep it like that? It's almost like Phillips might get a look in.
That might be the way he gets his actual minutes. Guys, you know what? I'm gonna quickly get through some super chats quickly because I can see there's a few loaded up there.
These are sent. People, please go and check out King Kong brownies because
I like the name, to be fair, even though I'm really sad when he died in the movie. But big up King Kong. Big up guys for the super chats. If you haven't watched that yet, then they're slacking. Top Gooner, blah 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 in the mud, Prison FC in the mud. Top Gooner, get these United lot out of the Premier League. I'm not going to read that comment, but I appreciate the super chat. Sorry, because there might be people watching of all ages. Get out of the Premier League, XYZ, and petition to get United off the Premier League. Well, wow, Gooner, you woke up and the sun's not hit you correctly today.
Hold on. Can I talk?
Jack Napier, you got your credit card?
Is that who it is?
Probably.
No, I'm just right. So,
I'm not reading.
You always
some of
typed
them
in
comments.
caps
do you
like
want to
that.
read the last one out as well?
Yeah, last one. Big up DJ. Let's have a look. DJ19 says Saudi League, is it gonna survive? Do you know, we'll come back to that super chat. We'll answer that now.
Just on the
Yeah.
on the
they're
ones
rich.
about get United out of the Premier League. Why?
What
I'm
have they
sorry.
done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on Antony, yeah, to be honest, from the one I wasn't sure about from the first one, right? 2 more have come forward. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And some of them sound a bit mad.
Yeah. Oh, I bumped my head. That's what the third one said. I bumped my head.
So I have not. I was at work yesterday, then sorting out a tire. I haven't seen too much. I've seen people saying some of the stories they've heard and seen are disgusting. Have either of you two seen?
I haven't read too much into it.
No, so all right, if we want to talk about it, this is what I've taken from it, right?
Hold on,
There's
hold
no
on,
evidence.
hold on, Cass, hold on.
Go on.
Before you say what you've taken from it, can you say what we've seen? What
Yeah.
has been
So
said?
this ain't like no Mason Greenwood where we've heard something.
Right.
Literally, all we've seen is a woman post a picture of a cut finger with a bandage around it, like this, right? Like that, with a bandage around it. The other one come out and said, yeah, he was aggressive with me and I end up bumping my head. And I'm like, really? Where's the pictures? Because all right, cool. If all these three are being
that ain't convincing me.
this is what I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong, but from what I can see, we go by in this country justice, right? Like as in justice system, right?
Basically, that seems lightweight.
So regardless of that, right? I'm looking at it thinking, since you've been beaten up so badly, you took a picture of your cut finger. So where's all the bruises and everything? Where's all the cuts on your body? Where's all the bruises?
This one seems a bit
light. Is that black eye?
So,
this is what I'm saying.
So
he done an interview last night, by the way,
let's
on
I
Brazil
need to see
TV.
that. So let's go with, has he been charged?
Oh no, they're just investigating it.
So he hasn't been charged yet.
No.
Right. So Manchester United cannot comment, cannot do much, right? They're in a very bad position, right? Because if they morally feel that he should be punished, right, then they are setting a precedence that they're kind of almost going against the whole justice system in the UK, innocent till proven guilty, right? Hasn't even been charged yet. And by the way, when you get charged, you still haven't been found guilty. You've been charged to go to court and face your crimes, yeah? That doesn't mean you're guilty. It's only when you've been convicted that you are convicted. So if before he's even been charged, Manchester United play their hands, right, they are going against the whole justice system. However, they also probably think morally we've got to be right. Yeah.
But how many times have we seen this year through a footballer, Gylfi Sigurdsson and all that? Nothing, bro, ruined his career. 2 years.
Yeah.
Where was he?
Ched Evans.
Ched Evans ruined his career. Like the only one I can say that's a bit mad is probably the Mendy one, because there was how many?
He got found innocent.
But he got found innocent.
And by the way, I still think it's mad. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's all mad.
But that's not on one. The Mason Greenwood one, bro. Let's be 100.
That's it. I heard what I heard.
That's mad. Because whether he's got away with that or not, yeah, he ain't never got away with that, because we saw it, we heard it, yeah. Like the judges, they can decide whatever they want, or in fact, it didn't even end up in court.
You know what's another one? Thomas Partey. Yeah, don't get me wrong. You can run your jokes and everything, but all I've seen are texts. So and guess what? He's still in England. So guess what? He's not guilty. He's innocent. I wonder how much that's played on his mind over the last year.
Look, the problem is, right?
You know what I mean,
and that footballers are stars. Anything that happens gets a spotlight on it and gets spoke about. Unfortunately, with Antony, even more so. And by the way, I'm not saying whether he's right or wrong, because I don't know enough about to comment on it. What I can say is he's a star. He's at a club that have Mason Greenwood. That has just happened. That's not looking good. Meanwhile, the Sancho thing, that also isn't looking good. It's just part of a train that everything is, and it's everything that happens is making the next one have even more of a spotlight on it. And you know, no one's been found guilty of anything. So, you know, rivals, you can say, I mean, and this is going back to the super chats. The super chats about get Man United out of the league is, you know, if should we get Arsenal out of the league then because of Thomas Partey? Because Thomas Partey's done nothing wrong. He hasn't been found guilty. So we can't let this rivalry in. And actually, it's making football toxic because we're here talking about it. To be frank with you, why are we here talking about it? I know it's international break, but why are we talking about this? Once it's gone through court and all of that, then let's talk on it. But before that, who are we to talk on it?
Yeah, that's why I probably keep my mouth quiet because I haven't seen.
I don't
much,
know
like,
enough.
To be fair, I don't know enough. And then
the
what Cass is saying to me, like, kind of like it's educating me on it because I'm trying to like just keep my nose out of that because I just feel like it's international break and.
Oh no, that's probably someone.
And you know what? If it comes out, the more evidence obviously does prevail, then yes, we'll have a different stance in it. Until then, I'm not going to say too much because this is not just even for football. This is things that happen in the local area or whatever. Like you hear it with people you know.
We can give our stance on it now. Yeah, our stance doesn't have to be about Antony. Our stance doesn't have to be about Partey. Our stance doesn't have to be about Mendy. Our stance doesn't have to be about Ched Evans. Our stance doesn't have to be about. Our stance is don't lay fingers on a man or woman, right?
You see stuff like
that's our stance.
It's
that simple. It doesn't matter whether you're a football or not. Don't abuse anybody. Simple and short.
If it gets found that he's innocent, she needs to go to jail. By the way, I don't care. It's enough of this, bro. It's enough.
Again, bro. That's too for me.
If
he gets found innocent, he can get found innocent on a technicality.
If it's not a technicality and it's proven that she's like that,
do you know why?
100%.
I hear you. I hear you to a point, but we can never tell a girl, and same way a girl can never tell a male how they feel or what should be classed as sensitive to them or what's abuse to them. So I'm not gonna get involved in them ones about.
Let's talk football, man.
But let's talk football because guys, keep getting your likes in. 500 of you here. Make sure you get your super chats in if you want as well. Like the video and also check out King Kong brownies. It's down in the description.
I'd rather
sponsored us for today's show, so I appreciate it. Daps is gonna give you a little.
Let me ask you a question. Easy one, football wise. Should Man United keep him away from the first team for now?
No, he can play if he wants to. If he's right,
where's his fame of mind?
Right, yeah, this is what I was saying. There you go. So I would say that Manchester United don't need to make the choice if he plays or not. Let Antony make that choice because right now he's innocent. People, this is what we're saying. He's innocent right now. Nothing's been done yet. If he's in the right mind space and football helps him get through this situation and he wants to play, then cool. If he doesn't want to, then take him out. I think it should be a player decision.
But if as a coach you're clocking on the training field,
but that's different then.
His mind's not in the right place.
Then don't play him. That's the coach's decision.
And I think the first thing Manchester United should probably do is, do you need some time away?
You know what the maddest thing is, though?
As long as you give him the options and feel like he's supported, then you can say we've done everything we can. It's not when your brethren comes to you with like a life situation and you give them options, but then they go down the same wrong route and then they come back to you and you're like, well, I did give you options that I can help you, but you've got to help yourself as well.
Do you know,
kind of one of...
Sorry, just to go back, another interesting one is, and I doubt they do, but do the club get to speak to the police?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I don't know if they would. Oh, why would they?
It's not.
The police can't disclose evidence, whether to a club or anyone, right? But ultimately, to kind of, how's it looking? Do you think he's guilty? And if the police are like,
got proven innocent first time round, don't see why not the next time round.
Yeah,
that's for the police to judge, bro.
It is what it is. He's shit, anyways.
Yeah. Do you know what though? The interesting point that I do think, I want to go back to that England debate in a second though. But when you just said about United, like the toxicity, whatever it is.
Oh, this week's been mad, bro. This week's been mad.
Yeah, like Ten Hag. I feel like when Ten Hag came in though, the way he handled the Ronaldo situation, the way he handled the Maguire situation, because Ronaldo done the interview and everything, Ten Hag weren't saying too much. And then I feel like there's another one. It was Ronaldo, Maguire, and even the Greenwood one, keeping his mouth shut and stuff like that. And then I felt like, okay, like he's got a bit of like law and order in place. Like he's starting to get out of the crap that was. But then it feels like he's had a season of getting out of that, and then obviously he's had the Mason thing still pop up again that weren't dealt with. Now he's had the Sancho thing. So it's all the stuff he's trying to get rid of.
You know what
like
though?
The problems are. Even though it's not Ten Hag's problems, they're problems. It doesn't matter when you're a manager.
He's not going to get credit. If we go on a winning run,
it's a problem.
If we go on a winning run or something like that, no one's going to give him credit. How much people have been putting the finger
that we're expected to win, which I'm not going to get a rival fan.
Apparently we're not. He's the first one getting sacked out of all the top 6 managers. He's not good enough. right? He's got all these problems. It's all downhill from here, right? Because that's what I've seen for the last week. It's all shit.
Depends. Yeah,
I won't get credit if he pulls.
I don't mind
this.
people talking like that though. But I just think Ten Hag's got
all clubs have
problems.
it. All clubs have it. You just, I mean, isn't there a saying? Soups, you'll probably know this one. So I'll get it wrong about things coming like bad things come in threes.
Yeah,
what's the actual saying though?
Bad thing comes in threes and fours. When it rains, it pours. I just made it up.
No, it's threes, bro. It's not 4. If it's 4, your club is effed because that means you've got another one coming.
4-leaf clover, man. That means it's luck.
Yeah, bad things come in threes and fours. When it rains, it pours.
You just made that up, bro.
I did, but it sounds
no way.
right.
I swear I've
Yeah,
heard
but
that
they
before.
come in 3. If
I
they
know,
come
I
in
know.
4,
But I like saying
if they
threes and
come in
fours.
4, what's
When
going
it
to happen
rains, it
next?
pours.
That is going to come out the Rashford. I'm going to say something
up,
wild.
Robbie.
I'll stop. But no, if you look at it, so you've had in recent weeks the Sancho thing, the Antony thing,
and then the
and the
Mason's
Greenwood
kind of hard.
thing,
Yeah,
right?
dealt with
So
half.
that you got to hope there's no more because it's not doing your
This
club
is the thing.
any favors.
All of these, apart from the Sancho one, actually, Ten Hag technically put that on himself. So they've got a
You know what?
That
But
one.
looking back at that,
really?
Do you know what I think gets happened? Do you know what I think?
All
happens?
he said.
No. It's, because he's Dutch. Some people miss.
He'd had a spliff.
Nah, because the way
He'd had a spliff. It's like talking whatever.
Because the way he speaks, it's like broken up English. It can be misconstrued what he's actually trying to say, but his English, the way he says it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like
I don't think. I mean, I asked on a show the other day what was said, and someone said all he said is that he hasn't been training well.
that's it.
Yeah.
If that's all he said, I don't really. think he said
Literally,
that
that's
much
all he
wrong.
said. And then it's not just him; it's his coaching staff.
Oh, they said more.
This is the maddest part.
Hold on, they said more.
Yes.
Okay. So
Remember,
what have
Yeah,
they
but
said?
I don't like these leaks. This is where Ian Wright. I was hearing it yesterday, and he was like, "I sound sticking up for a black player." When like journalists that start using what they hear as sources, trying to gun man's characteristics. I didn't want to get onto it because I don't really. But that's the angle. I kind of get what Ian Wright was saying because
that's what's dumb. How are you bringing race into this, bro?
Oh, you're not smiling enough. Like, oh, when Martial weren't smiling enough. Oh, your body language. This is when you're trying to get man on the characteristics.
But then this moves away from football. Unfortunately, this is the country we live in. Right. So let's move on to something more positive and some more football. Positive, and then we talk on England
thing. Right. So we were talking about the number 6 people, and then obviously we're saying Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham. So yesterday, obviously, big up the guys that make content as well. Flex, Rory, Expressions, and Turkish. I don't know if you guys have seen the clip. Have you guys seen it?
Triple H Sport.
Yeah. Okay. So Triple H Sport. I didn't know what. Yeah. Oh, Triple H. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So they're talking about Foden, Maddison. Turkish, obviously, is an Arsenal fan, and Expressions have gone with Maddison, and then it was Rory and Flex were talking about Foden. So, who was the better player? Who will suit England more? And obviously, they were going back and forth about it. And I wanted to kind of just bring it here to see what our opinions were based on what they've said, or like what our opinions are at all in general.
My one was straight be Foden. I don't care. I hate to say this, but Foden's actually my favorite England player. Not any of the rest of them. They're all garbage, pretty much. Him, technically he's just sound, man. I think he's he's in Maddison, yeah. Maddison reminds me a little bit of a player that you should internationally you'd probably want to bring off the bench, set pieces when they get a little bit more tired. But off the ball, Maddison ain't all that, Like, don't get me wrong, I love what Maddison's doing. I think he's wicked, but Foden is special. That's the difference.
You think it's a disrespect that?
Right now, if you had to start someone
after 4 or 5 games at Spurs, people are already talking about Maddison to Foden.
To be fair, we've finally seen Maddison technically in a better team, more of a solid team, because the other Leicester team, they were good, but they were never that good. You know what I mean? As much as we say, oh, when DD, Tielemans, Maddison, off the ball, Maddison's not that, but on the ball, he's special. Does he deserve a start? Yes, but you can't sit here and tell me that Foden doesn't deserve a start. He comes off the bench, gets an assist for the winning goal.
Do you know what?
Things like that. What about against Newcastle? Who was the difference maker? It was Foden.
Well, do you know what? So just to speak on Foden,
have you seen the clip, by the way?
No.
Okay,
no. But I understand why people will be talking about Maddison. And do you know what? It's not a disrespect to compare. If people are putting the bar as Foden and comparing Maddison to Foden, I don't see that as a disrespect. Maddison's had a great start to the season. They're going, who should we compare him to? Foden. Foden's what, 22, 23. He hasn't started every game because I think he was unwell. But before the season started, everyone was saying Foden has to have a good start to the season, has to have a good season, right? So far, has Foden had a good season?
It's been average, yeah.
It's been average.
No, actually, no. Oh,
He's been
bro,
he's
when
had
he played.
We've
No,
got
when
like
he
one
played.
goal, 3 assists.
No, to
It's
be
one
fair,
goal, 3 assists.
I
No.
forgot about the Newcastle game. I missed that one. He
Right.
bossed that, didn't he? Apparently.
And then
Yeah.
he's unwell. He came
And he
on
played sick
off the
last week.
bench and impacted the game, right?
Yep.
Foden's had a good start to the
No,
season.
he has actually.
right?
Yeah, Sheffield United come
He
off the
hasn't
bench.
played as much as Maddison. He's
Yep.
had a good start to the season, but now people don't want to talk about that.
No, yeah.
Before they wanted to talk about Foden must have a good season. He starts the season well, and now
Yeah,
people
I
don't want
agree
to
with that,
talk about
actually,
it.
thinking
They
about
now want to go, well, let's
Mm.
put this person above it.
You
And
can
the
play
truth
that
is,
in
the truth
thing.
is, people at the moment don't want to talk well on Foden. If you really deep it, people don't. People want to put Saka on a pedestal and want to keep Foden down. The fact that Foden
Why
must
is
have a
it,
good
though? I
season.
don't get
He
it. Is it
starts
be-
the season
is
well.
it
Oh, let's
because-
put Maddison higher than him
What-
then, because we
as
can't
in,
put
you're a
Saka
City fan.
because Saka hasn't had a good start to the season. So instead, we'll put Maddison above Foden.
I would. If you're England, man, I'm giving Saka a rest, man.
Yeah,
You can see he's killing him, man.
yeah. I think.
I wouldn't
well,
even blame him. If anyone needs
I-
minutes, it's probably Foden because he was ill. Like,
Yeah,
don't get me
yeah.
wrong.
I
wouldn't
think
even blame
But
Foden
Saka.
Saka, but the problem, and
Foden-
this is where if I'm an Arsenal fan right now, I'm irritated with Southgate because Southgate will start Saka, right?
Yeah, he shouldn't
Now,
though, man.
Should Saka start based on all the things that we spoke about earlier, where it's have you let me down and this and that? Overall, yes, Saka's not looked amazing this season. I'd still, based on who he is and form and everything else, I'd start Saka. However, based on the fact he looked tired, I wouldn't, and that would be the only reason. If it was an important game in a
Yeah.
tournament, I'd be starting Saka. It's not. Give him a rest. Give him a
Yeah,
rest.
but again,
if we're talking about like players in form, we're going to touch on Saka actually shortly. But if we're with Foden and Maddison, they're both playing well.
Yeah.
So would you play Maddison and then put Foden out on the right instead of Saka's place? So then both of them are getting involved in
Do you
England.
know what I would? I would,
Yeah, they're both
because
starting.
of the fact that Saka deserves a break. I'm not saying Foden in my best 11 for England, I'd be playing Foden and Saka.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But based on the fact that I feel Saka needs a rest, I'd start
Foden,
Foden on the right.
Foden's comfortable playing on the
Yeah,
right.
but
so
I
you
wouldn't
can
even
put
play
him there.
that. I'm playing Jared Bowen this time around.
Is he in the squad?
I'd hope so.
He better.
I hope so.
Is he England?
People,
I
is
hope-
Jared Bowen in the
Nah,
squad?
surely
please?
not.
Sterling's not in the squad.
Hey, Top Gooner,
Nah, but
you
Nketiah
have got a
got
lot
him.
of money to spend. Keep it coming, bro.
Striker-wise,
So,
though.
do you want to
Yeah,
put
but he
up
picks more
soup?
attackers
Can we
than
go to
King.
the super chats quick? Because I know Top Gun is spending loads, and we'll just quickly go through them.
Just under DJ's one.
Yeah, something wrong.
People need to calm down on Antony. Look at the Mendy situation until proven guilty. He's innocent in my eyes. It can happen to any of our players at any club. Calm down. Big up Roman.
Not just our players, could happen to anyone.
But anyone in life, yeah. The next one's let the Lord do its work. Yeah, that's probably bang on, really. Just let the Lord do its work, and then we'll see what happens. A Top Gooner says Antony is guilty. Get him out now. That's Top Gooner.
What if we would have said that on party?
I would not. Don't worry, man.
All these women come out after they become famous. Where was the energy when they did not have any money? This is a lot of BS. Not gonna lie.
Everyone has their own time to feel comfortable, though. That's what I'd
That's
say.
it. Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
the
Like,
way to
it's-
respond
You
to
can
that.
think about it and think in
Yeah,
hindsight, it wasn't
So
acceptable.
in that situation, you don't know.
But I do hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one, Suits. Top Gooner again. Who's in the more mud, Chelsea or S Offenders FC?
That made me laugh.
DJ one.
And sometimes you gotta laugh about it, man. It's funny.
Who DJ19 says who's got more heat, Ten Hag or Poch? Definitely Poch.
No, I think it's Ten Hag, bro.
Nah, it's Ten
Ten
Hag.
Hag. Poch has got time.
Bro, it's Ten Hag. Let's be real.
Ten Hag.
You think?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I
Look
mean,
at the
listen,
week we just had.
bro. So it's definitely Ten Hag.
It's definitely Ten Hag, bro.
Okay, what from rivals or Unite or their own?
No, more
fans?
heat. Just generally more heat. Bro, when it's hot, I don't know.
I don't know
where
if
the
he
heat
can
comes
absorb
from.
it because he's
No,
bald.
you're trying to literally, when it's hot outside, you go, is that from the sun or is it because of radiation? You don't. You say it's from the sun, yeah? So don't try and find where the heat comes from. There's more heat on Ten Hag.
Hmm.
Take
Okay.
that United shirt off for a second.
No. Yeah, no. It's fair. There you
Uh,
go, 1-9. You got your answer. Then one more. Top Gooner says Saka over. I don't know if it's a typo.
Foden.
Yeah.
Well,
Saka
they
over
play
Foden.
two different positions, so yeah, you
Yeah.
know what, you're right.
To be
Oh,
fair,
I
do you know
mean,
the
if
funny
we're
thing
looking-
is,
if we're
if you
looking at last
put
season-
Foden into Saka's position on the right and then try and put Saka into that central position, Foden can do that position better
Yeah.
than what Saka could.
100%.
I'll be honest with you, like for me, I'm going Bellingham, Rice, and Foden.
Yeah, all
I
day
think
long.
I think Maddison's a good player. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a great option, like you said, set pieces and stuff. If I had to fit both of them in, Foden goes on the right and Maddison plays central.
All right, so if you were doing right, so
Maddison
bro,
can be on the
we're
bench.
going into the Euros, yeah?
Yeah.
We've got a fully fit squad. Well, let's forget defence right now because that's an absolute shambles. Yeah. So Rice, Bellingham, Foden.
Yep.
Saka, Kane, Rashford.
For profiles, I'll go Rashford.
Rashford's
Because doesn't mean I think Rashford's way better than Grealish. I just think if we've got technical footballers like Foden and Saka and Kane, they all drop that way.
Yeah.
You got
I need
two goals.
someone- I need someone-
I think
I
Grealish
need
is often good off the bench for England.
You know what
yeah,
it
he's
is?
off the bench. Yeah, I need Rashford running in
You know what
behind,
it
giving
is?
that outlook.
It was evident from a lot of what was that we just came out of the World Cup? Was the World Cup?
Yeah.
Right? It was evident. Look at what Rashford was doing.
Yeah.
You need 2 goal scorers in your front line at least. That's why I don't like 2 creators.
You got
and 1 goal
3.
scorer.
Kane, Saka, Kane,
Kane is not
Rashford,
Haaland.
Kane, Saka
can score
gets
goals.
a lot of goals, and then what you've got there is you've got a technical midfield with Bellingham, Foden, and Rice.
But the thing is,
I think that's
And it's
for
quite
me,
physical as well. With
sorry,
Rice
if
and
Mount was
Bellingham,
fit, being real, that is our best midfield.
Right,
by
if
a
Mount
mile.
was fit, you'd be playing Mount.
But don't worry, guys, because we've got some good news. Henderson, you're going to see today.
But when you would hold on, let's look at that on paper.
He's probably looking at us.
Rice, Bellingham, Foden is a cold midfield.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
and that
balance.
could be a midfield taking us forward for the next 8 years.
So why Southgate not seeing that? I just don't
Because Mount,
get it.
he loves Mount and
His name's
Henderson.
Gareth and he wears away.
Henderson, you know, was to play man like.
I think.
And
he-
I did.
Oh
Do
my
you know the
God.
problem is right?
I
And
think like you need captains
something
now.
I've heard on Henderson is the captaincy and the
The vocal side of
vocal
things,
side of it.
he did
Right.
off the pitch.
This is not the World Cup. I understand why Henderson was starting in the World Cup, right? For that reason.
Well, yeah, because
right?
he wanted to back.
And when we get to the Euros, next summer, I get why you want someone that has a voice. But guess what? We're not in the Euros now. Are we really saying that in the build-up to the Euros,
Next
which
year.
we are now in,
Yeah, Henderson's going to be starting.
we want Henderson to continue to be the voice? No. Take it away from Henderson.
Yep.
For me, give it to Rice now. Give it to Rice. Give the armband to Rice now.
Not Harry Kane.
No. Give it to
Okay.
Rice now. Because last summer in the World Cup, I don't think Kane was the voice. I think Henderson was
yeah.
the voice.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, it was Jude.
Give
He-
it to
he-
Jude,
yeah, he
give it
could-
to
he
Jude or
potentially, yeah.
Rice, right? Jude or Rice. Give them the armband
Yeah.
now so that when it gets to the World Cup next year,
They've got a
they
bit of
already they have that. They've
experience.
played
Yeah.
what 6, 7, 8
Coleman is a big
games.
Coleman is a big season. I'm looking at Stones and Cole as the back 4
I'm not having Kane as our captain for me.
Nah,
No,
man.
he doesn't need, and also he doesn't need to be a captain. He leads by sort of like example. It's like Van
Oh,
Dijk. Van
let's
Dijk
for
never
once
needs to be a
not
captain.
think about the here and now,
Yeah.
and let's think about the next summer. Let's think about 3 years' time, the next World
Well,
Cup. Let's think about
let's-
all this time.
We've got one good
and-
thing. At least Gareth Southgate stepping down after the Euros.
Yeah,
Very true.
yeah, that is true.
Give it to Eddie Howe when he gets sacked.
Is he your first manager going?
Yeah, 100%. I don't want no foreign manager managing England. I don't think no foreign manager should manage their national team. If you're Spanish, you be Spanish. You know, if you're French, French.
So you won't take
German,
Pep Guardiola
German.
managing. You
Bro,
know,
there's a reason
England.
why. No.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
if you're gonna win it with your country, like, and make sure go develop some
Wait,
managers.
do you
then.
think the England women's team don't care that their manager is it? Is she
I'm,
Dutch?
you know what?
She
Yeah,
Dutch or German?
I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
I don't think
I'm
anyone.
gonna say it clearly, and
They didn't win it, but obviously they could.
I'll be clear about this. I don't care about women's football,
Yeah,
like,
no,
I'll be
I
so
don't. I
real.
don't watch it.
so I don't watch it. And I don't care about it. So, and that's just me being honest. If you like it, you like it. It's up to you. But with men's football, I think if you're gonna win it with England, go develop an English manager. Then that's why there's such a lack of crap in it, because you don't do
Yeah,
don't,
it's
don't
not
give
great.
them
Bring
enough
back Harry
chances.
Redknapp, man.
He's just done his badges, hasn't he? So
Nah, I'm giving
Give it to
personally.
Frank.
You know, who I'm gonna give it to.
Give it to Frank.
I'm gonna give it to 2 people: Eddie Howe, Grandpa. Grandpa has not got a job at the moment, and I think he's a good. And I think he's just been absolutely torn to shreds because he had a horrid.
I'd
horrid
like
time
it. Do you know
at
what? We all, do you know, forgetting what he done at Chelsea, we all said before Chelsea,
Yeah, yeah.
we'd all want him to manage
Think of the
England one
golden
day.
generation
Yeah,
who
we
you
all
want to play
said-
ball
yeah,
under.
we said
I'd
we'd all-
rather have
yeah.
Eddie Howe enthusiastic rock and roll ball because you got a lot, or Graham Potter where he could be a bit more technical with them and have a lot more time with them.
Out of
And
the
actually might watch England then.
English managers, there'd be two good shouts. And I think maybe in years to come, maybe 10 years, if Michael Carrick or someone can keep going, then he could be a 6 shout in like.
How are
years to
they
come.
doing this season?
I think they're starting off quite poor, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chuba Upcom, they sold their main striker to Ajax.
Okay.
I can only
Yeah.
imagine what
Right.
my man would do.
Yeah,
Greg.
yeah.
We said the same
It'd
thing
be-
about Gareth Southgate, yeah? What's he gonna do? He ain't got no club managerial career, nothing like that. That goes to show, mate. Go give it to Graham Potter then.
If you had the choice right now, Potter, Eddie Howe, and they got told right at the end of the season, you get.
I
don't
don't think Eddie Howe's going nowhere from
No.
Newcastle, mate.
Just saying hypothetically, it was like right. He's been offered a job, and you guys had to pick one of the two, Eddie or Potter.
Eddie. I like pressing. I like pressing football, bro. But then again, I can't ignore what Graham Potter used to do with my man. He just had crap strikers, but
I'm gonna go Potter.
I'm gonna go Potter because.
Really?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go Potter. Still. I'm gonna go Potter. I like Eddie Howe. For one, I don't think Eddie Howe's going to be available. I don't think Newcastle will get rid of him. But two, I think I'd like the brand of football that Potter could bring England with the players we've got more.
And I feel like he might be able to, without the pressure of having to do it every week. He gets to international break, has a break, then does the internationals, and then has a break. I kind of feel like that might help him.
Yeah, and he likes young players. He'll give them a chance.
Yeah, I feel like he would be a bit
See
more brave.
do
you know what? Actually, funny enough, I actually feel like Eddie Howe might be one of them ones that not saying he is a Southgate, but could turn into, my football, I'll be loyal to you. You know what I mean? I actually could feel Eddie Howe.
Every manager has that.
I think Eddie Howe, but I think another thing is I think Eddie Howe, Newcastle's all about team spirit. It's about being around the players regularly, and I think Eddie Howe needs to be around the players regularly, daily,
to enhance the way he is. He's
not going to.
I think both of them could actually managing them one day.
Well, it depends. There's only one solid right now. There's one that's unemployed, doesn't have a job, might be taking a break, he's already rejected the Leon job. Yeah. If I'm England, I'm approaching him right now because it's the only one available.
Potter.
Yeah, rejected the Leon job. Yeah.
That
could have been a good little step on the slide.
I thought it was as well.
Yeah, like
the players they got.
It's like sort of like young profiles.
Like Shirky, all of them.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It could have been interesting. 100%, Cass. Guys, make sure you smash the like button. There's over 600 of you in here. Please make sure you do like and subscribe if you're new. Also, please make sure you check the description for King Kong brownies. Daps has been enjoying them throughout the whole show, to be real with you, and that means they're tasting banging. So we're gonna do our own samples after, but if you want to see it, Daps gonna give them a little taste. One more. Pick up King Kong.
I got addicted to that.
Oh, you had a couple already? Yeah,
I've had one. You take one bite, right, and then you can't help yourself a little bit.
We just got to do a bit of promotion for the King Kongs. It's on Instagram as well, people, and the link is down below. There you go. Thank you for the samples today. So guys, go and check them out.
And just a reminder, and actually, I want to see people right in the live chat now. So you send them 2 chocolate bars, and literally it's any you go into. So let me ask you: you go into a corner shop. It's not a hot day like this where everything's melted. Allow buying a chocolate bar in a corner shop today. You're allowed to buy any 2 chocolate bars. What do you get? But for me,
what did you
also
pick?
Well, I picked Smarties in Kinder Bueno because they're not
Smarties.
It's not my go-to.
Oh,
but
it's clever for like a topping of
to have the way.
I'd be having Oreo and Smarties. That would have been a banging combo.
Oreo, Kinder Bueno, and Oreo is similar-ish taste, though, right?
That's why I'd want Oreo and Smarties.
But what would you go for, people?
Oreo and Aero, maybe.
Get what? Mint Aero, though.
100%.
But then mint will over the mint flavor will. You might as well not have the other one.
I just love Oreos, bro. I mean Oreo.
I like Oreos.
Oreos banging.
What would you go for?
Kinder Bueno would definitely be one of mine. Yeah. Second one's hard.
No, Kinder Bueno.
Do you like Kinder Bueno white as well?
I like both.
Oh, I prefer that. I prefer that.
I love it. I just hate how expensive.
Don't worry, people are gonna call me racist in the comments in a minute. Preferring white Kinder Bueno.
But for me, come on, what do you say?
You know what, Suits?
What do you say?
Great. That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't like nuts though.
Pause. But that's
actually no pause.
You know what he said yesterday? He said it again. And Rom's clocked it. He says, balls over the top of my head, like, you know what I mean? And
did I?
Yeah. You talking about if you was playing football or something like that. It's like, I wouldn't want balls going over the top of my head. I'm thinking like,
I will. So hold on. So I've confirmed that I don't like nuts and I don't like balls over the top of my head. Well, I don't have to say no pauses on that. But no pauses. No pauses.
Yeah.
I don't like balls over the top of my head. See, for me, my actual 2 go-tos are minstrels.
Okay.
Yeah, minstrels are banging.
You like Maltesers?
And Maltesers.
Yeah, I like Maltesers.
Maltesers.
If you like minstrels, I like
Maltesers, man.
Yeah.
Maltesers are special.
Yeah, there's some good ones.
And the best one with Maltesers, is if you let them melt together and then put them in the fridge, so you get them stuck together. Like
okay. Yeah, I do like Maltesers. You like Maltesers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were the other ones? There was like minstrels when I was younger. I remember my nan used to get what they called revels.
Yeah, I
Chocolate
hated revels.
Revels.
Yeah, I hated the brown and orange.
that was
like,
dirty,
yeah,
bro.
packet.
No, yeah,
they were
like,
dirty.
hated
I
them.
hated
But
them.
some of them were
them,
just
man.
straight chocolate. And you'd get a coffee one.
Oh, dead.
Dead.
They remind me of like the sweets that you think like grandmas would have.
Yeah,
at their
my
yard.
nan used to get them.
Yeah, yes, you know what I'm
My
saying.
nan
You know,
used to get
yeah, fact. Oh, do you know what I wanted to touch on before we go on to Alvarez about and Man City? I wanted to touch on Saka because how we mentioned about Saka and we put Foden on the right. Let's talk about club football now with Arsenal. Arsenal obviously beat us last week 3-1. But if I'm real, this is my personal opinion, right? I did come up with this topic. So if you want to shoot me, it's not Daps or Cass. I think Saka has been a little underwhelming to the start of the season. Yeah.
The only thing, you know, he's been.
Like, he's got right. So he scored in the first game against Nottingham Forest. Banger. I admit that was a banger. He scored a penalty in the game where they come back and beat. They drew with Fulham. So they went 2-1 up against Fulham. So he scored the penalty there, and he got an assist in another game. I can't remember what it was. So I think he's got 2 goals and an assist in 4 games. So I hear it, people, on stats. If you're a GA merchant, yes, he's got 2 goals and he's got an assist in 4 games. That's cool. Like you can say that, and I'm like, yeah, I respect it. However, for me, if I had a player that had 1 goal and no assist over 4 games, but the football they were playing was consistent, they were impacting games, they were unlucky not to score more or get more assists, then I'd be like, you know what I mean? They're still cooking. I'd rather that. I just think Saka's performances, when I'm looking at what Arsenal did last year and what they speak about Saka as what he's doing and like how good he can become and whether it was like world class last year, I just think he should be doing a bit more. And yes, it's the start of the season and he might have played quite a few games already in last season and, you know, he needs a rest from England, that we're saying. But I just think Saka can be doing a bit more. Last week, apart from Arsenal winning, the Diogo Dalot absolutely had him last week. Every time he tried beating him, just tackled him. Every time he was going forward, like Saka weren't really tracking back. Dalot was getting a bit of joy down that left-hand side. I just think Saka's been a bit underwhelming. And I think if you want to be that, you know, competing with City for the title and you're talking about Saka as like the next big thing, you want your biggest players to sort of step up. And I'm not saying he hasn't yet, but I think he's been underwhelming. And I think you don't want to see him rising his levels. But yeah, that's my take on Saka. I don't think he's a bad footballer. I think he's good, but I think he's been a slow burner to the season.
Do you want to go first or shall I?
I feel like I want you to because you're his rivals. He looks like he's cooking.
Yeah,
like,
go on.
No, go on.
I'm not cooking.
Sorry, Cass, his face is like
I'm not cooking. I give him a pass.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
He looks tired. This is what happens when you play this much football. Like Arsenal fans have been saying it for a long time. Saka needs to be given a rest. I have also seen that apparently he doesn't often start seasons too well.
He's started like 80 consecutive Premier League games.
80 consecutive, bro. Imagine that. Yeah. So I'm giving him a pass. Now, the one thing I would say is the difference in. I think we touched on this on a show the other night. The difference between a team doing well in the league and winning the league is your top players stepping up, right, and your game changers stepping up and scoring goals. Saka is their game changer. Saka is there. And I think, you know what? That's where you can look at their results so far and go, 10 points out of 12. Saka's not on form. That's fine. Right?
Because he will get better.
Because he will get better. And again, you know, with us, you've got to remember, we don't have De Bruyne at the moment. And people have forgot about that. That we've 12 points out of 12 points with no De Bruyne. De Bruyne will be key when it gets to that later stage in the season. I think Saka will be the same. Look, this is where
people are saying he always starts slow in the comments.
Yeah, that's what I've heard of you. I mean, I don't know. You know that about your own players, but that's where I think he does need someone to take the strain and come on. And who have they got? This is
why we said in the summer when we done a show, us three and Mo, we were talking about what Arsenal they need, and I said a right winger. Do you remember? Because they had no backup to Saka. Which means he's going to, like what Cass just said there, 80 games in a row. I didn't even know that.
80 games.
They don't have, like, how they got Trossard and Martinelli. Yeah. They don't have that on the other side. Reece Nelson. I'm sorry. Like,
you know, they're lucky.
He might be a
he's got the perfect game for himself. Well, they got Goodison Park where they ain't won in like 8 years. Next. Something stupid like that. Or 8 games. They ain't won at Goodison Park for a while.
And then who they got after that?
Tottenham at home. Perfect game to resurge. Like resurge is.
So rest him for Everton?
We know he won't. No, he won't.
Right, and this is where. So now we can go back to
might
England.
Be tough. You know what
this is where Southgate needs to rest Saka. Then
he ain't gonna do it.
It's who our second game is.
See what you know what Ferguson's a master of. You know that Ferguson putting him out the squad.
This is what I like about. This is
Ferguson,
what I like.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah. This is what I like about the Trent thing. I know facts. He's not injured. Klopp said go down, and this was all a ruse or whatever it's called. I don't believe that Trent's injured. I just thought he said I don't want you going to England right now. It's just a waste of time.
Imagine Klopp.
You know what I mean? Like Van Dijk. There's no Van Dijk. I need my captain here. Like I need him here. You know what I mean? So
do you know what? I can imagine Klopp being the type of manager, that would be like not telling the player. Klopp would be the type of manager, that would tell a player go down. I don't want you to go to England. I can imagine Arteta being the type of manager that would be like, it's up to you, to the player, right? I'm not going to make you. If playing for your club is same with Pep. Pep's very similar with players. If playing for your country is important, I understand.
Oh, like that England camp must be a vibe though.
Why?
It's just bare man around. Like it just looks like they got a lot of good characters. You got all different people there that just look like they're just
Jordan Henderson.
I think even he gets along with everyone, man.
Harry Maguire.
No, he's a weirdo. Bar him, I don't think no one chills with him. But then again, chill.
Everyone's trying to work out what Kane's
saying.
saying.
Maguire
got even worse now. He lives in Germany. They're like,
Maguire's best friends are Chilwell and Maddison, bro. And Mount. That's their clique. You know what I mean?
Walker would say that. Walker would be that.
Walker's definitely got the most.
You know what? As well, do you know when you actually think about it? Well, I'm just thinking about it a bit more deeper as well. What you said about that Trent and Klopp, doing that, I feel like as well when we're talking about Southgate and like his go-to players or people that know, like Maguire, for example, been picked but he's not played. Trent's not one of them, so Trent probably thinks he hardly played me, so I don't really have any loyalties to either.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Like so. That makes sense.
I don't think Trent has any loyalty to Southgate whatsoever.
Yeah,
whatsoever.
If Trent, if like I don't know if he's Jamaican because he's mixed race, but if Jamaica was sick and they said, "Oh, you know, come and play for Jamaica," he's probably tapped up like, "Yeah, you know what, Damari and them man, I'll go and play with you lot." Is he not? I probably
no one does, man.
I wouldn't know. I don't know. I don't really know all the words in that. So
I wouldn't even want to sing it anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. But
I would.
Let me see what the super chats are saying. There's a few load in there.
I'd sing it proudly.
Yeah, but I knew the words. I'll sing it, but I don't.
I hate this country.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying I like this country.
Yeah.
DJ
I don't care about the king.
Harry Wayne. Harry Wayne. Look, I was thinking of Tion Wayne there. Harry Kane is wearing Skechers in Germany. Yeah, he's sponsored by them, by the way.
That's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
Skechers are massive.
Let's be real.
They're garbage.
Yes, it might be a big deal. That is a stinky deal.
But now think about it.
I'm not gonna lie. You ain't catching me.
If you're getting given like a multi-million brand deal, I'm not
like Jamie
wearing
Redknapp
anything, bro.
As well, I swear Jamie Redknapp's sponsored by Skechers as well, bro. I'm sorry,
Skechers, of course. That type of one that they see.
No, bro, Skechers stink.
But no. I'm trying to think of the brand. Is it like more like school
uniform vibes than
that? Yeah, or they're like skateboarding types.
No, you know what?
I don't. Yeah, maybe
skateboarding. Is that skateboarding vibes?
You know what Skechers are?
Walking and
skateboarding. You know, Office Man, the weird Office Man. Yeah, that ride bicycles and everything.
Yeah,
and they got their shirts tucked in with a big bag on their backs. That's them, man. That's Skechers, man.
Wait, hold on. When you're saying Office Man, I'm not gonna lie. When you're saying Office Man, what you're saying there is, you know, the Office Man that don't wear a suit. Yeah, you know, the Office Man that wear like trousers. No belt. Yeah, some basic shirt. No tie.
Yeah.
And a rucksack.
The heavy total nighty looking ones, bro.
Yeah, a rucksack that doesn't look like the type that you should be wearing with a shirt. Yeah, fully.
Yeah. I hear you. Biking into work is old.
And they're in like their 40s or 50s.
Yeah, I hear you.
If they're in their 50s, I let it go.
I'll be honest. Listen, I work in IT. They work in IT. They work in IT, bro.
Yeah. Some of them.
I've got names in my head right now of people in the office, but I'm not going to say.
Yeah, like you start having, you're thinking of people in your head. Oh, big up. Harry Kane is wearing Skechers. A Fresh says Saka always starts slow. Big up A Fresh TV. Hope you're good, bro. Happy weekend and that. Jesus can play right wing. Morris is also a slow starter. Yeah, that's to be fair.
How happy Jesus should be playing right wing though.
People trying to ban me for using free speech. I don't know what's going on, Top Gooner, but I'll be honest with you. The mods are there to do their jobs.
If
anything abusive is coming through, then
is Top Gooner or is Top Gooner Jack?
I don't even know.
Nah, Jack wouldn't have a credit card.
Oh, it's just another type of Jack Napier.
Yeah, but no.
Listen, bro. firstly, the super chats, we appreciate
Yeah,
the
we
super
do.
chats massively.
But asking me a stupid question,
I
if
saw
I'm
it,
a sex offender,
I
like
saw
Lowry.
it. I saw it.
Bro, come on.
If I've got dark humor, like I would
You know
say
what,
on
bro?
stream, I would say
If-
something mad on stream, but I'm not
And
gonna.
anyone sending super chats, yeah, before you send them in, because I learned this from Coppish, right? Because there's certain channels that just read out every single super chat, right? And then I was on Coppish, and there was some that weren't offensive about anyone in the studio. They were just something about Harry Potter. Sorry, Potter, not Harry Potter. You know what I mean? And they were like, we're not going to read it because it could be seen as offensive. Like, think about it before you send a super chat. Listen, we're more than happy for you to send as many super chats as you want.
Doesn't mean
But
it'll all get read.
If they're offensive, or if
Yeah.
they're if they're trying to be funny and not really that funny, slightly immature, even from someone that says pause, we're not going to read them out, bro.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But please smash the like button.
Yeah.
We need more likes on this video. These are our live shows. There's a lot of time and effort and money put into these shows. Yeah. So we're trying to build them up. We need the like buttons to be built up. So please make sure you smash that like button. Doesn't look like this. It looks like this.
Yeah. I bring up that. Ian.
Yeah, I can't see that one.
Ian, is this how free speech works? I mean, it's free speech and it's just being dumb, innit?
I don't know what they're trying to
I
say.
mean, I dare you to go into the office or somewhere in your workplace and ask, is someone that you're watching or something is a certain type of offender or something? I guarantee you get knocked out, bro. Or you get flipping. If not, if you're on construction, you get knocked out. If you're in the office,
to
you
be
get
fair
sacked.
with you, free speech is walking up to somebody's face and saying it to their face, not paying to send a super chat.
Or if you're a Sketches man, it's going to HR.
Yeah.
Sketches man do go to HR 100%. Do you know what? I reckon Sketches man as well, yeah? When they have a child, they would wear one of them things and have the baby.
I never in my lifetime.
I know what you're saying.
Never in my life.
They would, did it.
I feel bad now because there might be some people. There's 500 people plus here. Some of them got Sketches and they're putting it back in their wardrobe.
Go to show. Go change the trainers, man.
Soups, is it Sketches that do the wheels for kids?
That's what I was thinking. Nah, it's not.
That's Hirachi's.
No, Hirachi's wheels, bro.
Yeah.
Wheels come out of your trainer.
Yeah, wheel comes out the bottom of the.
I remember those.
Yeah.
I've never had none.
No, yeah, you know what
I can't lie. I wish I
again, that was the skateboard.
I had Bowers. I had Bauer turbos.
Yeah. I don't know, but Saka. I want to hear what you think of Saka, Cass, before we go into Alvarez and City's secret.
Saka will be fine, man.
Yeah,
he'll be all right. I always look at this. He's not gonna have a Charleston form, is he? So he's already got 2 goals.
He was crying again last night.
Hey, no, he'll come.
Why was he crying?
And apparently just stinker again. I don't know if it's true, but
I thought he cried when he was happy.
Oh, bitch. Anyways,
I don't know. I'll have to have a look at
what a
after,
bitch.
but yeah, see a tweet about
Saka will be fine. He'll go on form. It's just when. The thing is, it's true. Like if Arsenal not performing, a lot of their players are not performing to the level that we know, but there'll be a time when they do.
Yeah,
and they're still on 10 points, and guaranteed they'll probably go take out on Tottenham.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Do you know what? I can't wait to when we talk about that next week on the preview show to talk about that game.
Oh, hold on. Here's the thing,
interesting.
right? Has Saka been bad?
Yeah, he has.
Really?
Yeah, he
Been
has.
bad?
I wouldn't say he was anything great against Palace.
Okay,
He
anything
wasn't
great? There's different.
He was
I
poor
said
against
that.
Man United. I would say he was poor. Fulham, I would say he was poor because he gave away that goal when he missed sitters. It wasn't great at all.
So you
Who's
think
the
he's
other
been
one?
bad?
Forest, he was good though.
Right, because we're rating him up here now.
Yeah, that's the difference.
I don't think Martinelli's been great.
No, he's been stinky, but he's been the worst one. But he was good against Man United.
But Saka, I don't think he was that good against you lot.
Who?
I don't think he was good against us. Dallo had him
I don't think
wrapped.
Martinelli was good.
Yeah, I
against
thought he
you
was going to get eaten alive.
Yeah. Totally twist him all. He wrapped him.
But because of how high we rate Saka, we're quicker to go, come on. 8 games. I think that's 8 games on the bounce.
But he hasn't.
Allowed him to
But
have 1 or 2.
tactics ain't helped him though either.
Because
Every time the 2 man that double. Have you not noticed towards even the end of last season, double up on Saka, you killed their front line.
Ben White and him did have like a good connection.
Yeah,
Ben White used to overlap quite a bit actually.
I ain't seen no overlaps for him.
Yeah,
at all. It's always a centre mid like Erdegaard going over to help or something. Never the fullback. So
yeah, do you know what? It'll be interesting
isolated.
now to see after them playing against Man United, winning 3-1, going back to the back four that they were so successful with last year. If they do that again, obviously going to Everton away, and then they do that going into the North London derby, because I think that's going to be a good North London derby, because I think both teams want to score goals, and that's what I like about this Spurs team at the moment. But another team that is scoring goals, winning games at the moment is Man City. But the guy that's going under the radar that we said who could step up when Kevin De Bruyne is out at the moment, it's Julian Alvarez. He won the penalty last week. I think he got 2 and 4 assists. Like, he just seems to be that link man between midfield and Haaland at the moment. And I think Haaland seems to enjoy playing with him as well. I see him, when people score and then they're pointing at each other when they're celebrating. Yeah, they've got this little bit of a connection. But
we knew this.
Yeah.
We knew this in the World Cup.
Yeah, we knew he could do it, but we just didn't know whether he was going to get the
Remember the World Cup?
He was one of the best players.
Remember when the World Cup started, Alvarez didn't start.
Martinez was pants.
Martinez was poor. Alvarez came in, and the difference was you could straight away see Messi looked happier because he had a player that was there knowing I'm cool being second fiddle, bro. This is and then I think it was just after the World Cup he signed a new contract at Manchester City with Erling Haaland there. Right now, as a forward, if you are signing an extension after being at a club for 9 months,
you're doing something
while
right.
Erling Haaland is breaking every single record, and you're going, give me the pen, I want to stay here, right? It's because you're fine being the co-star.
Can I make a claim?
Right, and being, and this is the thing. If there were games last season where him and Haaland would start, Haaland would score 2 or 3 goals, Haaland would go off as sub. I think it was Forest. One sticks out. Alvarez then moves into the middle, right, and he gets 2. Right, Alvarez knows that Haaland is the number 9, but this is a beauty. Alvarez can drop and play in a 10 role behind him, and I think that him and Foden both in 10s behind Haaland looked good.
I kind of saw Foden more as he was like a centre mid more than a forward kind of player. It was on the left. Who was playing
against
left?
Newcastle?
Doku played on the left.
No.
I'm
I'm
thinking
talking
of
against
your last
Newcastle. Against
I'm thinking
Newcastle.
of Fulham.
Yeah. No, against Newcastle, we had Haaland. Then we had Foden and Alvarez both
playing in like that Gundogan De Bruyne role where they play the 2 behind.
Yeah. But what I saw against Fulham was the old school 4-4-2.
Yeah.
The old school 4-4-2. Is that something that might be coming back? Is a 2-striker kind of thing?
It will keep changing at sea.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to keep changing.
How you
to be fair, it's quite funny you said it because Arsenal, even when they drop off with the ball, without the ball, they go into a 4-4-2.
I think most of them do.
Havertz and who was it last week?
Hold tight, Jess. Hold tight, Jess.
Oh yeah,
Jess last night was going on about if you trust in the old school 4-4-2, subscribe to Armchair Gaffers.
But there's ways to change the way 4-4-2 works this time around. Not the old school bomb right winger,
Kevin Davis.
Yeah. It's a new approach of a 4-4-2.
Do you know what? The new formation is in football?
3-2-4-1, something like that.
It's transition, bro. It's that it changes constantly. It changes throughout the game. That if I was to, when Pep puts out the starting 11, you'll notice Sky and every single app
try and guess like which way.
Work out the formation and who's playing where. Yeah. Right. We have this conversation. John Stones will be right back. Right, John Stones probably spends 15% of the game at right back, and he spends 60% of the game sitting in midfield. He probably spends a bit of time sat on the right doing something. The game now is all about transition, bro. It's about moving about, and this is where your Peps, your Artetas that like to get players that can play in multiple positions, so they can move about and it can be free flowing. And I think that's the way you're going to see it.
Do you think that's actually what's? Because I think someone like Alvarez, yes, at River Plate he played as a number 9, but because we can see that at Argentina as well, like Messi can run beyond him, Di Maria, whatever, because he's actually got the intelligence to just drop in pockets. A bit like Foden.
Yeah.
This transitional football or non-formation football actually benefits people like Foden and Alvarez because they're able just to maneuver about.
That's why Foden.
Because it's true. I look at Alvarez and I see him popping up in like random little positions. It's not like.
Do you know what? What I would say is it benefits them, but I've always almost thought with Foden. The reason why, I guess, right, we all think Foden's best role is the 8. Yeah, everyone thinks Foden's best role is the 8, but because of the fact that Foden can play different roles, he still hasn't cemented down the 8 role. Because if someone's injured, it's fine. We've been talking England. If Saka needs a rest, let's just push Foden right wing. He can play right wing.
He can do a bit of
and then it's like, when do you cement a position when you'll keep? People go, we haven't seen Foden in the 8 enough yet. Well, that's because managers keep switching him out wide.
Can that halt his development?
Yeah, it can. Of course it can.
Okay,
it can halt his development in the 8 role.
Or it can make you just a star.
it can make you amazing, but it gets to an age where I think you do want to be like,
Yeah, but
right,
this is the best thing. Well, how's Foden? 22.
I don't even know. You
Well,
know,
when
22,
Pablo,
how old he is now.
Zabaleta arrived at City, right, he was almost seen as a utility player, right, because he was a
left
right
back and
midfielder.
back, yeah.
You wouldn't know about Zabaleta back in the days.
Until
He was
until
cold
man
before
pushed
City.
him into the right back
Yeah,
role,
he
and then he
was a
made
right
it
back,
his
yeah.
own, right? And I kind of that's why I'm happy we got Doku, because I want to see Foden make that 8, maybe 10 role his own.
Yeah, his
now.
pass it.
I don't want it to be, you know what, Foden can do it,
Dribbling
just
as
put
well.
him there. I want him to make it his own. Without going back to Alvarez, though, I'll be honest, the start to this season, I feel he needed, because the back end of last season and maybe a little bit in pre-season,
You see mature in his game, 100%.
he looked a little bit sloppy. His first touch looked a little bit sloppy. Some of his finishing looked a little bit sloppy, but he started the season well. That goal against Newcastle, superb finish, and that's all you need. Like, look at Nunes.
Yeah. Got,
all you need.
Last night, 2 assists as well for
Did
Uruguay.
he?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
And this is the thing now, that you'll probably see that with him even more now,
Unless you start.
because now he's starting to get the goals. His overall game's just going to improve, because now he has older no more.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think
I feel
Alvarez
like for
is
players
massive
that
for
are
us.
always under the main, like you said, he's under Haaland, but you don't mind, he can accept that. He's under Messi, but when you're at the start of the season, just keep your foot in the door, start strong, because then it's kind of like, right, you've made noise without like just playing poorly or like the team winning, but you're like trying to always impress.
Let me ask
made
you,
noise.
what do you think of Zeko, Edin Zeko at City?
Bad boy.
At City.
Do you know what? He was actually good.
Right.
Very good.
But he was
we had
behind
Aguero
Aguero,
there,
so he
right?
would never get that credit.
But I can tell you now, one of the first songs we sing
that
is
track
about
artist.
Zeko.
Yeah.
Like, we
Do you know
love
what? I'll actually
Zeko.
put Zeko in like one of my top 5 underrated strikers.
Right. There you go. So, and he was second fiddle forever
Goes
to
on with
Aguero.
Berbatov, innit?
But bro, he scored the second goal in the Premier League winning
QPR
against
game,
QPR. Scored the second goal. The amount of crucial goals that Edin Zeko got for City.
He was good. He was good, and he went to Rome. Obviously, he's still playing at Fenerbahce and scoring goals now. Actually,
To a final.
Yeah. No, I respect Zeko, and he's 38, I think now.
36, I think.
Yeah.
Cold player.
Now, yeah,
And that's what I'm saying.
Proper.
You don't always have to be like, even
It's like Giroud, innit?
Tevez.
I get what you mean.
Bro,
With the
Tevez.
Zeko thing. I hear it.
Tevez.
Tevez is just a...
Oh no, Tevez is a bad boy. But
but
I don't
again,
want to talk about it, but that was the change of
behind-
the United
behind
City.
Rooney.
That was the change.
Behind Rooney.
No, that was behind... No, that was... Tevez was the spearhead. It was Rooney, Ronaldo on the left.
Rooney,
and
Ronaldo,
right.
Tevez played central. Rooney will shift off to the left, and then it'll be
Ronaldo on the right.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ronaldo
my
on the right.
bad. So
And
Tevez playing
then
through the middle for you lot.
Tevez was going to stay on, and then we signed Berbatov, and Tevez had a year together.
Yeah.
Ferguson said, right, Tevez, go.
I never knew. So Rooney was
started
playing
cooking.
on the right.
Bro, Rooney played
on the left.
everywhere, you know.
Rooney on the left. And
Remember, where did
Ronaldo on
Rooney
the right.
start? Rooney started for Man United, like, not as a striker,
No,
but...
he did. He played like second striker behind Van Nistelrooy.
Yeah, Van Nistelrooy. And then he
Yeah.
went... Yeah, he was number 8. And then he played left mid, and then he played right mid, and then he went up front, and then he just played as another second striker. As soon as we got Louis Saha and
Rooney
then
played
something new every day,
yeah.
He was always
Learn
a second
something
striker.
4-4-1-1.
Yeah, he was the one behind like
That's
Saha
when,
and like Van
and Scholes
Nistelrooy,
started dropping deeper
stuff like that. Yeah,
after Rooney came.
because I actually, funny enough, I watched the interview.
Good old days, eh, boys? Good
Yeah.
old days.
Scott,
Back when you had nothing to worry about.
that's
Hey,
true. Yeah,
Hey, who called thingy shades of my... Bro, guess what Jess said yesterday, yeah? He said Declan Rice is giving him shades of Michael Carrick. I nearly lost the plot, bro.
No. Hold on. Now let me provide the context.
yeah.
Now
Can
let
you
me
say-
provide the
all I'm gonna-
context.
Can you save Jess right now?
Yes, I can fully.
Save him because
Because you
believe
did
it.
not allow him to give the context. The context was a player that played for a certain level of a Premier League team and then progressed onto a better team and then really established himself. So Carrick, Tottenham, moved on to Manchester United, really established himself. Rice did really well at West Ham, has now gone on to Arsenal to really establish himself. That's how he was talking.
That's not even a shit. You can say that about any player, bro. I know what Jess meant until bro, don't pass like him, don't play like him. Not a cruncher like him,
definitely
nothing like him. Rice is an anchor.
Put Carrick.
Rice,
Progressive
gets,
anchor.
Rice gets important goals.
The thing is, the one thing I'll give Rice, I think he's found a good role within himself. He is a progressive passing anchor.
They're different players
That's
because
it,
Rice will get more goals.
Got
than
the big line playmaker.
Rice will get more goals than Carrick.
Rice not even that good
And
against us last week. He scored.
and Rice will also. Rice is more of a leader than Carrick.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the
Carrick's
leader and the
quiet.
vocal side.
Carrick's
Yeah, Carrick's quiet. He does
I've
the
got a mad
quiet man's
story.
job.
I won't say it now. I'll let Shoots maybe say it if you speak to him. But I've got a mad story about Carrick.
Yeah. Oh, mad. But
All
yeah,
mad
do you know
stories of Man United players. Oh, can't believe it.
Not like that. Not like that. Not like that. But it's just maybe.
Oh,
is there any more
more
super
slander
chats?
on Man United
Is
coming
there any,
soon.
super
Michael
chats,
Carrick. Brilliant.
Oh.
They do come in fours time.
Yeah, there we go.
Cass, please continue.
I can't.
Please, is there any
Offenders
super
SD?
chats?
No, nothing like that.
Oh,
No, nothing like that. Quiet character.
Soups, is there any super chats, bro? See,
I don't
and
think
then we've
there
got
is.
one more question. We'll wrap up in a sec as well.
Oh, it's Top Gooner again.
Can I
I've
just
got
remind-
another one.
Go
I
on.
know.
God.
Mustafa, he's one of the lower ones out here as well. Watches every show, supports Prison SC. Ban me if you can. Right, okay. Top
Thanks
Gooner, man.
for that,
You know
Top
what?
Gooner.
Just go and get a nice ice pop down, yeah. Go out, have a lovely day in the sun.
All up here.
Pause.
No pause.
And yeah, man. But thank you for the super chats anyway. I appreciate it. Do you know what? Before we wrap up, I actually did want to ask all of us a question in terms of Alvarez league goals. How many think he could end on this season?
How many's on now?
2
2
in 4.
But he's playing, and also put into logic what Daps said De Bruyne could potentially come back. 3s and 4s, you know, when
I
it
don't know,
rains, it
mate.
pours.
Boyne's not back till about January time.
Okay.
And I think
Quite
the
a
way
few-
we're playing at the moment, this is the beauty of it.
You're going to say he doesn't need to just come back in.
Doesn't need to be
Yeah.
rushed back.
Facts.
I'd just go for the basic. I think 15.
I think that would be a good return if
He
Haaland
got
still
9
gives you
last year.
30.
9 in 31 last year.
Yeah,
9
but
and
how many of them
31
31 was
last
he off the bench and minimum,
Yeah, exactly.
minimal things?
I
I think
think 15.
I'm gonna go 15 goals, but about 12 assists.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Goal
Yeah, I think that would be
yeah,
more
Goal
the
contribution, you're going to say
goal
25, yeah?
100%.
25 goal contributions?
Oh yeah,
15
I
in 10?
think in the Prem
Yeah.
alone, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I think that's with you,
15 in the Premier
As long
you've
as
got
he gets his
Haaland
game
doing his
time.
thing.
25 in the
League.
league alone.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I think that's all right about that.
Yeah, I think 25 goal contributions is 6. So Alvarez, there you go.
Got
We'll set him
Forest
as
at
little
home
channel.
in 2 weeks' time, so that should hopefully bump it
Yeah,
up. a bit.
your fixtures are nice. Who you got
West
next?
Ham next
West
week.
Ham away. Yeah, that's it.
Going both. Going
Yeah.
both.
That's a
Decent.
test.
Guys, we're going to have a great show next week. Because obviously Liverpool Wolves is the early kickoff at 12:30. I agree with you, Tyrell. Can't wait for the Premier League to be back. Guys, before we wrap up,
Is anyone watching England today?
probably more people watch Sidemen.
What time is England kickoff?
No, that's
Nah.
See, there we
They don't
go.
have it on at the same time.
7.
7. I thought it was the evening thing as well.
7.
Yeah.
It's in Ukraine, isn't it?
No, it's in Poland, I believe.
Yeah, they're playing their
In
games
Poland.
over there
Oh,
because obviously
shock.
the situation and that.
Yeah, it
Guys,
can't be
before
in
we go,
UK.
Daps is just gonna run one more plug on our proud, lovely sponsor guys today that donated to us. Great brownies.
Ladies and gentlemen, King Kong brownies. Make sure you check it out on Instagram.
There you go. In the description below as well. One more for you. If you're hungry right now, we're gonna make you more hungry.
Goes down great with
There you
ice
go.
cream, I've heard.
England 5 p.m. by the way. Thank
5
you.
p.m.
Yeah,
there we
there
go.
Thank you in the
5 p.m.
comments. But yeah.
And we will be back tonight at 10
10,
p.m.
yeah.
10 p.m.
Yeah, with it's a shameless panel.
Here we go. So
Shot
we'll find something
like most
shameless to
nights.
talk about.
Yeah.
Me,
Yeah.
you.
The gal.
Nah. Kunle, Deji,
Oh yeah.
welcome.
So lots of bottom shaking pause.
So you're more than welcome to come through.
Yeah.
10 p.m. Never a foul. Hope everyone enjoys the sun. Make sure you, if you've got skin like mine, make sure that you put on some suntan lotion. Or skin like Soups is you put on. You don't? Do you go in the sun, Soups? Yeah. Okay. Factor 50, you know.
I'm not that guy. I'm
Factor 50. I'll be honest. I've said
I'm
about
factor
putting
10.
suntan lotion on. I can tell you now, I don't. In
Yeah,
put suntan
I
lotion
would
on.
never put 50 on either.
No, I don't put suntan
Yeah.
lotion.
I'll put like 10.
Nah, I
That's
don't
it.
put suntan
Yeah,
lotion
man.
on.
Just
Not
let
in
me
England.
tan up.
That's mad.
Fair play.
That's mad. Not in England. Nah. But yeah,
Even though I'm not gonna lie, the heat here is different to abroad, and it's horrible.
well,
like,
there's no. The main thing is there's no
No-
swimming pool
yeah,
to
no
jump in.
breeze either. Like it's just there,
Yeah.
sticking like glue.
Yeah. I'm ready for the.
Yeah, Roms, I
Ready
know,
for
I
this.
agree with you. Factor 50 as a black man with 3 question marks. Fair play.
Oh, safety first.
Yeah,
Clearly.
there we go. Oh, guys,
Strap it up before you slap it up and all them. All them
right.
things
On
there.
that note,
All
yeah,
them things
like,
there.
subscribe, them thing
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
there. Like, subscribe, drop a comment in as well. And like I said, we'll be back tonight. His grin's cracking me up. And yeah, we'll see you on the other side. Prem's back next week. We're catting down. Boom, boom, boom.